They have released the dog. I'm Lil Rick the gamer, do it 100% gamer, bro. If no one else working hard, I would do it for the gamer. Show. Can't contain my flow. I need to play a game for sure. Maybe RTSS, RPG, or maybe even MMO. Howdy everybody, and welcome back to another Lucid Adventure Idle RPG video. Now I need you to hit that like and subscribe button because I post content daily people, daily. I know y'all looking at the screen like, what's going on here? Aren't you above 8K? Aren't you further in the game? Alright, I just got off the longest stream. Well, not the longest stream, but I just did a stream on YouTube, something that I didn't do. Probably the first and the best stream I did ever. We're probably going to do more streams on YouTube in the near future, so if you guys are comfortable with that, please say something down in the comment section below, because that would be really cool, you know, for you guys to speak out and say things, and we have a good time there. Also, I just started this alternate account, and we're going to do a old school series for people that have been fans and part of this channel for years or even just a long time now. You should know what that's called, but we're going to do another beginning progression guide, and we're just going to just show you what we're doing, so to speak, as we're doing it. And I literally started this account probably about 2 hours ago, maybe 2 hours ago. We're already at 1,000 in Battle Forest. We're going to be 2K before the day's over with, or at least after I wake up, or within 24 hours of the time of me starting there. We're definitely hitting 2K. That's just plain and simple there. So we're gonna go ahead, since we haven't did Dan, we're just like skimming through it. We're gonna go ahead and drop our team. So right now all we have is the starting characters and Osgod. Now what I'm doing with this progression is like a half meta, half anti-meta type of style. So we did an Osgod because she's the end all be all. We need Choco BB just to warp us through the stages, but we're not going to use Lubu. We're not going to use Lubu, and I'm not sure about how I feel about Constant yet. We probably are going to use him, but our +1 is going to be a little different from your standard units that you would use as a +1, because like Warrior's a solid +1, Dark's a solid +1, Pooh's a solid +1, Lime's a solid +1. This is like your typical meta characters that you would use. Sora's a good one in an example, and even Tempest could be used. I don't think a lot of people use Tempest. Swordsman is not a dire unit for +1ing, but he can also be used in that aspect. The same as I knew people was using Light because people like Light and he's pretty strong, but he's selfish. And we're going to use another selfish character, probably the butt of all jokes. We're going to build Drip Soup through this progression just to see how Drip Soup scales and how he works, and we're gonna still do fine because we're putting a lot of our attention into Osgod. So now let's move into the battle. Right, so we're just gonna let them do their thing. Like, as you see with our levels right now, we have no levels into Warrior or Dark. Now the reason behind that is we want to get certain skills off of them. Like, we want to be able to get to their support skills, because this is all we want. Like, if I could go back on my main account, I would remove all skill ups I've done into their abilities for them to fight, because it's not necessary. You don't need it. So in this progression, the first thing we did is we invested into Choco. Like we really went into Choco to level him up till we got enough gems for us to buy Osgod. As soon as we got enough gems to buy Osgod, we bought her. As soon as we got enough gems to buy her costume, we bought her costume. Like right off rip. First thing in this strategy. is doing that. Then we slow down on our investment into Choco, and we put everything pretty much into Osgod, trying to max out as much as we can possible, making sure we getting our acquisition times just so we can help out our Ho-Ho, which my dude the Frost like to call them, the marshmallow dudes, because they do look like marshmallows, don't they? A little bit. A little bit, if you're thinking about it in that way. Somebody else said they look like semen, but that is another story. And then we're going to max them up as much as we can. Right now, they're going to be good here at 10 because we're going to power level Osgod to 15 to 20 or so. We was only able to get to 13 without with being able to still put levels into her skills. So I think like our next big interval is taking her beyond 15 or to 15 and getting as much levels into her skills, finishing off levels into ho-ho skills, at least the ones that we don't have any levels into. More than likely not touching this, but at least these, maxing those out to his 10. And then we're going to look to probably get Choco up some more, and then go into getting Dark and Warrior to their support skills, so we could start investing into those skills to boost our main team together. Then probably once we get 2K, we're gonna go and buy Drip Soup. We're gonna go and buy Drip Soup afterwards and start working on him and building him and getting him up and getting him strong, so he can be a part of our little thing. And then we're just gonna start filling out the roster and buying costumes. So that's pretty much the strategy in a nutshell as we move forward. And then I can kind of go through some of what we got here. Let me go to our weapons here. So we've been putting levels into some of the weapons. I stressed the some of that probably shouldn't ever had a level into it, but into some of the weapons, generally the ones that give us team effects. We're putting levels into the ones that give us team effects or give us something that boosts ho-ho. That's what we're doing. For our weapon sets, we only got our return set kind of set up in our gold farming set. That's pretty much the only thing we have set so far, because that's the only thing that's really important right now as we're acquiring as many weapons as we can get. So we're not completely like filthed out or anything, or we don't have the best end all be all sets. Am I on my go set? Should be. We don't have the end all be all on our set, so like even now I can switch this up so we can get more. So as we acquire weapons, we're gonna change what we have, what we get, and in the hows and all of that stuff as well. So we can have the best of the best. Alright, I think we're good with him there. He's good there. She has experience return on that. We need to change that. So we probably go with that until we able to get something that's going to give us time reduction. That's what we're looking for. So we're just going to quit this for now because we're still missing a lot of weapons. So we're just going to keep changing it up as we go along. And the same thing with our return sets. As we get more, we're going to make sure we have the best sets for our return and keep filling these things out to be as best as possible for our team. So I'm going to keep doing a play-by-play and probably do a record. We'll see how we can fit these videos in. So this will be the first one to kick off our new series and everything for our beginning progression, because it's been a lot of new people joining the game, and there's been a lot of people that's been like coming to the Discord. And if you're not a part of the Discord, you should definitely join. Link to that will be in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment below. But good news with this new account. Oh, before that, we have been touching in on the shop. We've been using 3 times speed a little bit, We haven't really went too crazy, but we have been using it just to get us some quick progression to start off with. But we have been leveling up our weekend monster and our EXP increase. I think this is going to be the only ones that we're really going to touch early on, and I'm going to do my best to try to keep it closest to maxed to our level as possible. Try to keep it maxed, but we definitely want to be able to buy characters and costumes. So we're not going to like get too crazy to the point where we break ourselves and we can't get what we need when we need to get them, if that makes any sense. So we are going to do that. As far as everything else in that shop, we're not touching anything, at least not yet. We might end up putting a couple points into the acquisition time, but I don't deem that as necessary because we're progressing really fast with what we have. And for just me having a little bit of knowledge now in the game, so it's not exactly something that I deem quite important because I know exactly what I'm looking for to be able to progress. Now, one thing that came with this new account is we started a new guild. So this is our second guild. Now, I was telling everybody like, there's going to be a specific way that we're going to do this. The main guild, Zodiac ZP, is going to be for our best players. Our best players are strong players. You're going to have to pretty much fight for your rank. So it's all about your activity, everything that you're gonna. So if you got IRL stuff going on, you gotta go. But it's not that you have to just completely leave. It's just you're being demoted. So we're gonna take in some people into our second guild here, and these people are going to be fighting to get into the main guild. So if you're not performing, if you're not adequate enough to stay in the main guild, people that's in the second guild will be moved up. If you get booted out, you can always join the second guild. If you get booted out of the main guild, train, get yourself back up so you can get yourself back into the main guild if possible. If we happen to fill up this second guild, because that I'm kind of in fear of happening because there's so many people that needs a guild, there the things are going to definitely change there. So we're opening things up. We're going to take a head count in Discord. We got a few people in already that was kind of in the stream, but we're going to take a head count. We're going to see who all is looking to join, and I'm going to consult with some of our heads, and we're going to just start putting things together, putting things and piecing things together, like with all of that. I am, however, looking for some leadership with this second guild, some people that want to help out in participation, all of that, because I'm taking all this responsibility on, and I'll be glad if somebody would like to relieve some of this stress and some of the slack, so I can do what I do best and work on content and get you guys the best content that you can have possible. That's what I really want to do here. So, but I know a lot of people want to be a part of the community, a part of the guild, so I want to be able to provide that for you too. So if you are that person, please let me know, because I would greatly appreciate you helping me with this project and everything. So here is our new guild, Zodiac C. We're getting our things together, but we're gonna be looking for certain caliber of players. We're not just going to be taking just any and everybody. We're looking for people that's going to want to be a part of the community, that's going to want to play, and that's going to want to be active. So if there's more players, if we do start getting more players and you're not going to be active, then I don't know what to say there. So we're going to have to really figure that out. But if we are just only getting a few extras and we need some people that just need a place to just chill, then we have this guild for that. But for the main guild, like I said before, we're looking for the best of the best to be in there, and there's a lot of strong players. We even got some strong players that just joined in on this, that's looking to get those top spots in the main guild. So more about that information later. We're not going to talk too much in depth in it. Just giving you guys the thoughts and what's going on, and how we're going to be moving forward with this new account, with this new progression, and with this new guild. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button. If you didn't, there is a button for that as well. Link to the Discord is in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Turn those post notifications on so you can be the first to see the content when it goes live. So I'm hoping you guys are excited as I am excited about this new journey and everything with the game, because we got some good things going. But until then, I will see you in the next one. And this is your host, Gamer Dude 2088. I'm out. Deuces.